Hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Now, I highly doubt I'll be posting it first, but I technically just got done with an action figure review. And just to kind of like prove it, here's the plastic packaging for them. Highly doubt you know exactly what it is, and if you do, honestly, God bless your soul. But today, we are getting into, what exactly is this one? Unrivaled Series 10 Miro. Now his first figure in the Unrivaled line, or was it the Unmatched line? I think it might have been the Unmatched, but his first figure was complete dog water. The way it looked, especially the head sculpt, I definitely was not feeling it too well. And well, this one definitely tops that one, not just having the alternative head sculpt, but just choosing a great attire. Now, of course, for like pick-fed purposes, this attire might kind of suck for me, as I don't use the TNT Championship, but maybe I could make that an exception and start using it around the time Miro debuts. Maybe I could debut it around Miro's waist and have him kind of like introducing himself in such a like egotistical way where he just has his own title, even though we all know that's the AEW title. In my head though, it doesn't have to be. I don't know. But definitely a great figure so far in the packaging. Of course, I'm not a mock collector. If I find dupes in public and I really want a mock version of a wrestler, I wouldn't mind. But so far, the only thing I really collect mock is some Naruto figures and some Dragon Ball figures. Other than that, I have maybe like 2 Marvel's Legends and some statues, but we won't get into that because that's more of my anime collection, and I don't think you guys are here for that. But without any further ado, why don't we try to get this figure up out of its plastic casings, shall we? Time to get you out of prison, buddy. Alrighty. Getting into the accessories of Miro now that he's out of his plastic prison. He only has 2 different head sculpts and a TNT Championship, which we also have 2 other versions that we can compare it with. And I don't definitely notice too big of a difference between the 2 black straps, at least. If anything, I think maybe no, I think that just depends on the angle, because I don't think the side plates really look all that different. Ooh. If anything, maybe the metal on this one is a little bit more glittery compared to this. And I'm not talking about the TNT logo itself, I'm talking about like the smooth area. Like, yeah, it looks like it has actually like a bit more of a texture to it. Especially compared to this one, which, you know, now that I think about it, definitely has a different gold color to it on the plates compared to this one, and definitely compared to this one. So it's actually kind of interesting to see the differences in the plates. Now why don't we pop one of these Miro head sculpts back on there and take a look at the figure. Alrighty, now that we've got a Miro head... Yeah, I might have talked a little too fast for the video. Well, now that we've got a Miro head sculpt back onto the figure, let's take a nice little look at this attire that he's got here. Not the first red attire I've technically reviewed tonight, but it might be the first red attire that you see on the channel as far as action figure reviews go. And or just at least as far as they go for this month, as I'm sure I've had a few in the past. But so far, this figure's attire and so far the tattoo detail, I'd say it looks pretty damn good. You've got nice little designs down here on the kick pads. Nice little gold and black designs. The kick pads are a nice red, matches pretty nice with the shorts. If anything, maybe the shorts are just a little bit glossier. I can't exactly tell on camera, but in person it looks just fine. My only gripe as far as decal work does go, and if anything, maybe I'll work towards removing it one of these days, and that is the TNT Championship logo. But it doesn't really bug me too much. If anything, the TNT Championship could be his like custom championship that only he has. You know, I don't know. Kind of pull like a Zack Ryder situation. But as far as the head sculpts go, I'd say these head sculpts are actually pretty like damn clean. That one I know looks very much like Miro or Rusev, whatever you would prefer to call him. And then this smirking head sculpt also looks just as good, if not, I dropped it, but if not just as good, maybe even better than the like mean mug looking face. It's definitely an interesting scenario, but something I can also say, I wish the first figure I reviewed tonight also had an alternative head sculpt. But I'll give it this, that figure I reviewed, which you will see probably after this one, did come with alternative hands. So I'll definitely give the point where it's due, because he has no interchangeable hands. Now I want to say his skin tone does match a few figures that I own, so that won't be the biggest deal. But yeah, why don't we start breaking down some of the articulation and stuff of that nature. So he can look up about that high. He can look down quite well. Of course, got the swivel. He's got shoulder rotation, upper arm of swivel. He's got the joint in the shoulder, double bend in the elbow. You can see the little line there on the hand, but just to show you anyways, he's got wrist bend and wrist swivel. Of course, AEW figures have partial rib rotation. The ab crunch isn't too bad for how the torso is, because usually the bigger figures on AEW side don't bend that well. I mean, WWE, same issue, but they kind of work around it. AEW, I can't say has found that fix for everybody just yet. At least as far as figures I own. Got a double bend in the knee with no knee pads there. Definitely makes that a lot better. Has upper thigh cut and can bend the leg up about that far. I kind of hope that he can kick out pretty well for a super kick, which doesn't really look like that's too possible. Like, yeah, I could bend the leg up, but that doesn't look too great as far as doing super kicks with this and a pick fed. Might be doable, though. I might just have to play around with it a little bit more. Oh, I was about to say, is there really no kick pad rotation on this figure? That would have definitely been a big downgrade for me, and it's got ankle rotation. But yeah, now that we've kind of gotten the articulation out of the way, why don't I get homeboy here posed up, and then that way we can kind of wrap up this figure review, because there really isn't too much here to review. Alright, well, now that I've gotten Rusev all posed up, or Miro, whatever you would prefer to call him, I got him in the super kick position. That was probably one of the positions I was most worried about, but he does it fairly well. And honestly, you know what, we'll pause the video again and we'll get him in another pose, just because now that I've seen him being able to do the super kick pretty decently, I want to see if he can do the game over or the acolyte pretty easily. Alright, I'm happy I checked that out real quick. Because yes, you can do the game over, if not easier than the super kick with Miro. So Miro might just be making his debut here in the pick fed soon. You never know. Just because I was thinking about using my Rusev that I own, but now that I can have something a little bit more modern and up to date, why not? But as far as the figure rating goes itself, it was a little bland for $22, I think it came out to be after taxes. It's got an alternative head sculpt. It's got a really good version of the TNT Championship though. I don't own exactly every version, as I don't own every figure that has come out with a TNT Championship, but for all the ones I do own, I'd say that one is definitely by far one of the best looking TNT Championships figure-wise. Of course, I still love the red strap a little bit more, but if I really wanted to, I could take the plates off of here, put them onto here, I'm sure, make the plates look even better than they do on the red strap, because I feel like the red strap would go with the red Rusev or Miro, again, whatever you would prefer to call them. But until I can get that custom TNT Championship that he had for himself, I think the championships will have to do, especially with that kind of being the main focus of this Rusev, as he not just comes with the championship, but the championship was displayed on the front of his shorts, so he is very heavily associated with that belt for this figure, which also kind of gives it a little bit of a downgrade, because if you wanted to just use this without the TNT Championship, without acetoning that logo off, might feel just a tad bit weird. But I don't know, that's where it kind of falls into a gray area for me. I feel like it's a really good solid figure the way it is though. I'm going to give it a 6.5, so 6.5 out of 10 stars. If it just had a little bit more, maybe I'd give it a 7.5, kind of like the first figure I reviewed. I know I keep on throwing hints towards it, that's just because I want to hype it up, as some of you guys may be excited to see that figure review, who knows. But as far as it does go, this Miro figure, 6.5 out of 10, let's say a solid 3.2 out of 5 stars. I think that sounds pretty good to me. And on that note, if you liked the video, like the video. If you would like to see future action figure reviews and or pick fed content, I'd recommend subscribing and also going to check out some of my pick fed work, because if you haven't watched it already, I think I do a fairly decent job. The commentary may be a little bit iffy, but it's not something I've done for a lifetime, so I don't expect myself to be the next Michael Cole of pick fedding as far as wrestling goes. But if you would like to go and check that out, I have a playlist that has all of my episodes so far except for one, and as much as I would love to remaster that probably will not happen, as it would just be a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of space on my phone, as I don't have a camera I record these on, so that's also another big downfall. But that's not the worst case. Anyway, go and check out some of those other videos I have. And on that note, if you would like to follow me on social medias, I know I didn't mention this in the one review. All my socials should be in the description, if not in the description of this video. I know one of my videos I do have it in the description of, so my bad if I don't. Sometimes I forget to do it, as I don't always just have it preset and copyrighted, or yeah, preset and ready to copy for the description. But yeah, now I'm just kind of rambling. on that note, I think I am out of here. Have a good rest of your night, you guys. Peace out.